If you want to speak English naturally, you must stop translating in your head. But how? How do you go from thinking in your language to thinking in English? Stay with me for the next minutes, and I will show you something simple, something peaceful, and something powerful, a way to change the way your mind works, gently, slowly, and naturally. Welcome to this slow and calm English listening experience. Today, we are going to talk about something every learner struggles with, thinking in English. Many people believe they must translate every sentence inside their mind. They think in their language first, change the words, then speak. And this process feels heavy, stressful, slow, and impossible in real conversations. But thinking in English is not magic. It is not something only advanced learners can do. It is a skill that grows inside you when you understand how your mind works and when you practice small, simple habits every day. So let's breathe gently together. In and out. Now let's begin. There is something important you must understand. Your brain loves comfort. It wants to use the fastest and easiest path. And your native language is the path your brain already knows well. So when you start learning English, your mind continues using the same road. You think in your language because it feels natural. You translate because your brain is trying to help you. Translation is not a mistake. It is simply your brain using the road it knows. But this road becomes a problem when you try to speak English quickly. Conversations move fast. People exchange ideas rapidly. If your brain needs to translate every sentence, every word, every idea, you get stuck. You freeze. You lose confidence. You feel slow. You feel afraid to speak. So the real goal is not to fight translation. The real goal is to build a new road inside your mind, a soft path that connects your thoughts directly to English. When this new road becomes strong, translation becomes unnecessary. And step by step, you begin thinking in English. But how do we build this new road? Not with pressure, not with stress, not with huge goals. We build it with simple, daily actions that slowly change our mental habits. Let me share something from my own experience. There was a time in my life when I tried to learn another language. I did everything correct: books, grammar, vocabulary lists, rules. But when I tried to speak, my mind became confused. I want to say simple things, but my brain translated everything. I felt slow. I felt frustrated. I felt like I was failing. Then something changed. One day, during a quiet moment, I realized something important. I was trying to think my language and speak in another language. I was trying to build a house on the wrong land. So I stopped trying to translate. Instead, I tried something simple. I tried to live small moments in the new language, not big moments, not long conversations, just small moments, noticing the world in the new language, looking around and naming things softly, thinking short sentences in my mind, using the language to describe simple feelings. This changed everything, not dramatically, not quickly, but slowly, gently, naturally. And this is what we will talk about today: the gentle way to stop translating and begin thinking in English. Let's start with the simplest idea. Thinking in English begins with small English thoughts. You don't need to think deep ideas. You don't need to think perfect grammar. You don't need complex vocabulary. Just small thoughts. I am walking. I am sitting. This is cold. I feel happy. That is blue. I want tea. These small thoughts are like seeds. Every time you use a small English thought, you plant a seed. Every seed becomes a tiny root. Every root grows into a habit, and habits create thinking. Your mind does not change from one big decision. Your mind changes from many small moments. Let's breathe again. In and out. Now imagine your daily life. You wake up, you stretch, you drink water, you open the window, you look outside. These are perfect moments to think in English quietly, softly, naturally, not as a practice session, not as homework, but as a habit. Just simple thoughts in simple English. When you do this often, your brain begins to understand something important. Oh, this language is useful in daily life. Oh, this language is connected to real moments. Oh, I can think small things in this language. And slowly, the brain begins to use English without translation. Another important thing, stop waiting for perfect sentences. Your brain does not need perfect grammar. Think. Thinking is fast. Thinking is soft. Thinking is flexible. Your thoughts do not need perfect structure. If you try to think perfectly, your brain becomes stressed. If your brain becomes stressed, it will return to your native language. So think simply, think softly, think naturally. For example, instead of thinking, I should be more productive today, I need to organize my tasks logically. Think, today, I do small things. Today, slow progress. Simple thoughts create freedom. Complex thoughts create stress. Let's go deeper. Many learners ask, how do I stop translating when I listen to English? The answer is, listen to English that is easy enough for your brain. If the content is too difficult, your brain will panic and translate. If the content is simple, your brain relaxes. When your brain relaxes, it begins to think in English naturally. That is why slow, clear English podcasts are powerful. They create a calm space inside your mind. And in this calm space, English becomes thought. If you listen to slow English every day, even 5 minutes, your brain begins to connect meaning directly to English sounds, not English translation meaning, but English meaning. This is the moment you begin thinking in English. Another helpful idea is this. Connect feelings to English. Language is not only words. Language is emotion. When you connect a feeling to a word, the word becomes alive. If you hear the word tired, imagine the feeling. If you hear the word happy, imagine the smile. If you hear cold, imagine the air on your skin. If you hear peaceful, imagine a calm moment. Feeling plus English equals thinking in English. Your mind learns faster when emotion is involved. Let's breathe again. In and out. Now let's talk about another big reason people translate. They are afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes create pressure. Pressure creates fear. Fear forces your brain to translate. If you want to stop translating, you must become comfortable with imperfection. You must allow yourself to think simple, small, imperfect English. It is okay to think incorrectly. It is okay to think slowly. It is okay to think with missing words. The important thing is not correctness. It is connection. You are connecting your mind to English. Think of a baby learning a language. Babies do not translate. Babies do not worry. Babies do not judge themselves. They listen. They imitate. They feel. They repeat. This is why babies learn quickly. Their minds stay relaxed. Their thoughts grow naturally. You can do this too, not with pressure, but with soft effort. Another practice that helps is describing small actions while you do them, not out loud, just quietly in your mind. For example, I open the door. I walk to the kitchen. I wash my hands. I make coffee. I sit down. I read. These microsentences reprogram the brain. They teach your mind to use English as the first language of thought. You do not need long sentences. You do not need perfect grammar. You only need small thoughts repeated many times. Over time, your brain begins doing automatically. Now, let's talk about the moment you speak. When you speak English, your brain should not try to translate ideas. Your brain should send ideas directly in English. How do you train this? By thinking in English before speaking. Before you begin a conversation, think a few simple English sentences. I will speak slowly. I can do this. I know enough. I will use simple words. I will relax. When you start with English thoughts, it becomes easier to continue in English. Also, when you do not know a word, don't stop. Don't panic. Don't translate. Use another simple word. Use another way to explain. This is not failure. This is fluency. Fluency is not about knowing every word. Fluency is about keeping the conversation alive. And this ability comes from thinking in English. Let's take one more soft breath together. In and out. There's one more important thing. You must create small English moments in your daily life. Not studying, not textbooks, just moments. Look at a flower and think, this is beautiful. Look at the sky and think, blue, quiet, open. Look at your hands and think, I am here. Look at your coffee and think, warm, nice. Small moments build big fluency. Your mind slowly learns that English is not only a school subject, it is a language for living. And the more you use English to live, the more your brain stops translating. One day, without planning, you will notice something magical. You will wake up and realize you just had your first English thought of the day. You'll be walking outside and suddenly notice that your mind is speaking English quietly. You will hear someone talking, and your brain will understand without translating. You will speak, and the words will appear naturally. This is the moment every learner dreams of, and you can reach it not with pressure, but with gentle daily moments. So today, start small, start easy, start soft. Think one simple thought in English, then two, then three. Let your mind breathe in English. Let your thoughts grow slowly. Let the language become part of your daily life. You do not need to translate forever. You do not need to feel slow forever. You do not need to feel afraid forever. Your brain is ready to change. Your mind is ready to grow. And your English is ready to open. You only need to begin, one small thought at a time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving yourself this peaceful moment. Your journey continues gently, slowly, naturally, and with every small English thought. You unlock a new part of yourself.